Come here. Ah! That on my toe. Come here, Lily. Oh, you're gonna make me come to you. Okay. Come here. Get your harness on. We are gonna try and take Miss Lily for another walk today. She really did not want to get up off the couch, but I just dropped Kiddo off at his elementary honors orchestra audition. So, okay, she's pulling me this way. Lily is the most stubborn dog I've ever met, and it's adorable. But so I just dropped him off at his orchestra audition, and so I figure we'll go for a little walk. And come on, Lily. And then maybe I'll paint if I still have time. I leave around in like 30 minutes to go get him. 35, 40. The middle of school that he's auditioning at is only like 8 minutes away. So, and then they end at 5, so pickup's at 5. So, do a little live stream. Take Miss Lily for a little walk. If I can get her to go far. She did not want to get up off the couch. I think me and her both are lazy bones when it comes to the rainy days. Come on, Lily. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh. You're so stubborn. Come on. Look at her. Come on, let's go. Are you going to roll? Oh, careful, don't roll down the hill. Oh my goodness, Lily. You crack me up, girl. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go for a little walk. Come on. Remember, we don't want to roll in the mulch. It hurts, right? Come on. Oh my goodness. Come on, Lily. Come on, sweetheart. I just found out today that another one of my mom friends is watching the guinea pigs of the same family while they're out. It was just funny. I was offered to watch their guinea pigs, but I am not really super, I don't know. Small animals make me nervous. I don't want to drop them or like accidentally hurt them, and I'm just better with dogs and cats. I have volunteered with like domesticated rabbits, but it still makes me very nervous. Like, that's so wild. I wish I'd caught his face on camera. Like, who is catcalling when they are balding, my dude? Aren't you too old for that? Yes. You know, I guess I thought manners just happen at a certain age, but I guess not. Hello. All right, Miss Lily. You gotta get your harness off. Are you a good girl? You stay and wait for me to take your harness off, huh? You're such a good girl. Oh, sorry. I'm in trouble. There we go. Alright. Let's make sure your water bowls are full. I think we need to fill one up before we head it out. I give her a couple water bowls while she's here because sometimes she'll just sit and drink one full water bowl so I can let her drink the other one while I fill up the second. There you go. Oh, I spilled a little. Sorry. Clean that up. Don't drink that water. Drink the water from the bowl. She said, but I wanted that water on the ground that you spilled, obviously. Yeah. You don't want more water? What's that look? Oh, look, there's a sky boy. Where you going, handsome? Meow. Meow, meow. Are you in your fort? All right. I might do some painting now. This is what I've been working on. It's upside down because I was working on the top. Well, I wanted to work on the top part of the picture, so I flipped it upside down so it was on the bottom. But this is what I'm working on so far. My son and my friend, we worked on the colored part together, and I've been doing the black outline part. This is going to go in my friend's home, wherever she ends up being transferred to. She's currently in like assisted living places. So she's in the process of moving to another one right now. I gotta check those texts from her in a sec. But then I got this guy that I hate. I hate it. I don't know why. I don't know what to do with it. I hate it though. Maybe it's the green. I don't know. Maybe I'll cover the green. And then this is a custom piece that my friend Kelly ordered that I'm working on. I think I got most of the like basic, like thicker outlines done, and then I'll add some like thinner lines. I really like, I don't know if you can see on camera how there's like the different brush strokes in the orange. It made me think of pumpkins. I don't know. We'll see what I do. I don't know what I'll do with it yet. But yeah. Let me show you guys some art too in my house. I got this one still. This is Metamorphosis. This is Monarch. And this is In Bloom. I really like this one. It's something different than what I usually do. But I like that. And of course my son's artwork is beautiful. Always. He did all these. This is when my son and I did together. I did this part. And he did this. This is like a castle with a moat. And then I did this one. I forget what I named that one. This one's called Face the Music. It's got like, I started off with like a face and then I just kept adding more and more. This is one of my son's pieces that he made at school. And these are some of the OG paintings me and my son did together when he was maybe 4 or 5. And then this one too. This is actually the piece that inspired me to begin this style. So I see a dragon like head here and that's like a horn, right? And so this is the piece that my son and I made together first that inspired me to go on to make stuff like this. And then this is one of my newest pieces called Visionary. And so let me see what else. My whole house is like a messy art gallery. This one is Paint. And it's supposed to be hung like that because it's a piece about my experience with pain, both physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And pain can just throw things off kilter, I feel like. And so it made sense to me that the canvas should be hung by a corner rather than the traditional way. This is a piece my son made at school. I love it. It's so good. And this is a watercolor piece I did. These were actually, they came with the image like printed on the like wooden canvas, because this is not like canvas, it's like it's wood or like corkboard maybe. But then me and my son colored that and that in together. And then this is actually just a Dollar Tree piece. I did not make this, but I like it. So, and then this is Eruption. This is my feminine rage piece, kind of to give volcanic vibes. This is a piece my son and I made at the beginning of the year. It's called Facing New Beginnings. And this is one of my newer pieces. I've titled Pistis Sophia after a Gnostic text about basically like female empowerment, and on the origins of the universe in that regard. This is a cool magnet this is my first magnet canvas I've ever made. So I like eyes. I don't know if y'all can tell from my art. I don't know. And then we've got this piece. This is Scene with the Heart. This piece is called Primary because I used only primary colors. And then, well, and it's got a lot more meaning behind it. But then this is Listening with the Heart. Or no, this one's Put a Little Love in Your Heart. And then my bathroom has art too. This is one my son and I made together. This is actually a black canvas. I'd never worked with a black canvas before. I did these corners and he did the tree and the swirls there. This is another one of our pieces that we made when he was maybe like 4. And I used Sharpie. If you look real close, you can tell. But so it's not sealed. I may one day try to like go over it and seal it. I don't know. The Sharpie bleeds when you go over it with a sealer. This is another watercolor piece I did. This is a smaller canvas painting I made called Must Have Been the Roses. This is another early collaboration between my son and myself when he was really little. And I don't know if I've named this one yet, but it's something different, you know? That's all I've got done. Oh no, I have some. I've got this one too, color block. This is one of my first ones I made in this style. Just kind of like an experimentation with like color and color theory. And then this is another watercolor I did of the moon. And yeah. Oh, and then gotta give props to my son's artwork on the fridge. I love this. Look at this. It says love, love, love. And then you are what you want to be. Find your happy place. And then it says art takes time. Mistakes are beautiful. Be you and smile. You are love. And then love plus art equals love art, which is just adorable. He's got a yin yang. He's always loved my yin yang tattoo. And so, I don't know. I just love this so much. I think it's really beautiful to see the kindness and love that you put into your children spill out on a piece of paper, you know? I know it sounds kind of cheesy. This is so cool. He made that. I love it. I want that as a tattoo, I'm not gonna lie. And then this was his solar eclipse painting. Look at this cute picture of us. But yeah. Okay. So now I might work on some painting. Let me see what time it is. 4:30. Okay, I got about 15 minutes to work on some painting stuff. So I'm going to continue working on this piece for my friend. Whatever home she's going to have. I need to find something to prop this up on. I have a ring light, but it's upstairs, I think. Yeah, that's my easel. Oh, I could do the easel, actually. And then you guys could get a better view of what I'm not super great yet at, like, painting upright. I do a lot better when it's on a table, a flat surface that is, like, downward, I guess. Yeah, we can try the easel. I have to lift this guy up a bit. You can tell I have not used this easel much. Let's see. I'll put this up. That was way too high. I don't know how big I think this canvas is. There we go. And now I can flip you guys over here. Y'all can watch over my shoulder. Oh, that's not working. Okay, that kind of works. So I only got like 15 minutes, so we'll see how much I can do. Yeah, this might actually be better for my paintings because my cats can't get their hair all over them or sit on them, which has definitely happened a couple times with my paintings. God, I'm sweaty. It is so humid outside. I'm gonna go get something to drink real quick. Alright, I got water and a couple snacking tomatoes from the garden. Alright. Hello. Not super great at painting at this angle. This probably gives you all a better view though. So. I've thought about branching out into like offering live painting at events or something. I would definitely have to get used to an easel to do that. I think the hardest part is going to be not hitting it with my hand though after I paint it. Because I like to jump all around when I work on a painting. I don't like to always just do like one area. As you can see, I've moved around quite a bit on this, especially when it's like a larger project. need to get a new 0000 brush. This one's starting to like fray out. I thought about cutting it, but I'm also very nervous to do that because with my luck, I would just mess it up and then I guess that would force me to get a new brush though, huh? Tomato. Yeah, what's also awesome about this angle is y'all can't see the dumb faces I'm making. More tomatoes. They're so good. The yellow sunburst cherry tomatoes are like my favorite. I think I've been putting this painting off so long because I'm just like anxious about messing it up. I really want it to be good for my friend. It's hard doing like custom pieces, I feel like, with someone specifically in mind sometimes, because that makes me like build up a lot of anxiety if I like really, you know, care about what they think. A lot of times I just make art and I'm like under the assumption that no one will want it or buy it, and I'm just making it for myself, and that releases a lot of the stress for me, I feel like. Which I'm sure is weird, because probably most artists want to have a customer lined up for paintings, but nay, not me. I'm like, no, I'd rather just make this and think no one will want it, then I don't care if I make mistakes. And I end up usually, you know, going somewhere pretty cool with, I feel like, my mistakes, you know? Hello, people! What's funny is when my friend and my son and I were making this piece, I didn't really see a face in it until the end, and I definitely saw a different face than what appeared on canvas, but what's funny is I feel like this face almost looks kind of similar to my friend and like the artwork that she makes herself. So it's funny how it just kind of happened like that. Happy little accidents, right? I messed up a little bit. Probably not in a way that anyone but me could tell, but you know what? That's okay. It just means it doesn't matter if it turns out the way I'd envisioned, because no one else knows what it was supposed to look like except for me. I hope my son's orchestra audition's going well. I kind of wish I could have stayed, but it was a drop off only. He doesn't even really want to join the honors orchestra, and so our compromise was we'll just do the audition. If you don't get in, then no harm, no foul, right? But if you do, then we don't have to join. I just want you to do the audition and get practice doing an audition, because we said you might want to join the second semester. But I think I might. I'm never gonna well, I'm not gonna say never. I'm not at this age gonna force him to do an honor orchestra. Because I definitely have had to force in the past, like in kindergarten, I was like, you're going to do an extracurricular, some kind of sport. You can pick what sport, but you're going to do a sport. And it ended up being a really good opportunity for him, because now all of his friends are from sports teams, and he loves soccer. He's very passionate about it. So it's hard, though, finding that line between, forcing your kid to do something and knowing that they'll enjoy it, and then, finding out when they might end up resenting you or the whole activity itself if you force them to do something. And so he's getting to that age. He's in 5th grade where it's he is capable of making independent decisions for himself, but at the same time, too, I want to make sure I'm not completely letting go of the reins and taking on a laissez-faire approach to parenting, which is just, I feel not very helpful for a lot of kids, especially kids that struggle with anxiety already, right? And so, because if it was up to him, he wouldn't do anything other than play video games in his free time, but we can't let that happen, because that's not healthy for anyone. But I think what I'm going to do is offer him some kind of deal or compromise that maybe he can't refuse. So right now, after school every day, he comes home, he has a snack, I let him watch a show, an episode of Garfield, because they're only 12 minutes, and then he has to practice his violin and for 30 minutes, and then after that he's allowed to play video games from then until dinner. So it's probably from 4:20, 4:30 to 6:30. So he gets a couple hours of video games after school, after his violin practice. But I think maybe I'll offer him, if he joins the elementary honors orchestra again this year, maybe I'll switch it to 25 minutes of practice, and then he won't have to practice on the honors orchestra day, because they do an hour after school, and then maybe I'll cut it down to 20 minutes on the weekend, so that way he's getting an hour less of practice throughout the week, and then making up for it at the elementary honors orchestra program. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to refine that. We won't know if he makes it in until tomorrow anyways, so I'll have the night to think on it, at least. Make him an offer he can't refuse, Because he really doesn't like practicing for 30 minutes. It cuts into his video game time, Very important to an 11-year-old boy. But, compromises, I always tell him, a good compromise, the hallmark of a good compromise is that both people who are compromising feel a little happy and a little sad about it. That's how you know it's a good one. Because if only one person's happy in a compromise, that's not really a compromise, that's a manipulation, right? So yeah, that compromise makes me a little happy and a little sad, so I think it's going to be a good one. I don't know if he'll feel the same way, but I think he might. It's so funny, though. He really... When he was younger, I had to break the news to him that I could not read his mind, and he was baffled. He was like, how do you always know what I'm thinking, then? I had to tell him, I'm just a pretty good guesser. I've known you your whole life, so pretty good at guessing what you want. And I think especially, too, when you have a child that is on this spectrum, and now that I look back, I never realized it at the time, But looking back, I can see that he was a bit verbally delayed, but I just never really thought much of it because he could communicate still with like baby sign language and he understood everything I said to him. I remember him being, got maybe like 11 months old, and I could say, go get your bottle, and he would go get it and bring it back to me. Like, he could understand perfectly and listen and follow directions and stuff. So I never really thought much of it that he didn't talk too much. And then when he did start talking, he spoke in like grammatically correct sentences, very, very well spoken, and was advanced in that regard. So I always just kind of thought, like, you know, everyone in their own time, which I do still think that, obviously. But, you know, looking back, I think maybe there was a bit of, like, language delay. And it was just me talking to him every day that I think really helped a lot. Because I always talked to him. I didn't do baby talk. I always talked to him like he could communicate like an adult. And, you know, not fully an adult. My vocabulary was much simpler. But I didn't, like, dumb it down too much, you know. And I think that ended up really helping him. I really didn't know anything about autism, to be perfectly honest, for a very long time. Really until his diagnosis. And so, I mean, I had inklings of the spectrum of possibilities, but I really didn't know, you know? And so it's been like a really big learning curve for the both of us. But, I forgot where I was going with that. Oh well. Oops. But yeah, I don't want to push him into the honors orchestra if he really doesn't want it. But I do think a good deal or compromise might make him be more open to it. I gotta check the time. I get lost in painting so easily. I gotta make sure I don't miss pickup. Well, you know, he's got a cell phone on him, so I'll get a call if I'm not there. But I don't want that to happen. C4. Oh, shoot. I gotta head out in a sec. I did too big of a blob of paint. Or maybe I've just been chatting away, and that's why I'm not going as quickly as usual. Just a couple more strokes, and then try to put this paint back in the tube, which is easier said than done, but, you know, not necessarily impossible. I'll probably hop back on here after dinner and do some more live painting. This will give me practice if I ever decide I do really want to become open to being booked for like live painting events or something. Although I imagine at like events you're not talking like this, so it'd probably be even easier, honestly. But you know, that's a good practice strategy. Make it harder, and then you can do the easier stuff, right? Going to try and put this back in the tube. And then I'm gonna go pick Kiddo up from his audition. And then I will make dinner and yeah. Ooh, I got another idea though for my compromise. Maybe I could offer to have him do violin practice during the weekday after dinner. That way he gets more video game time. Not that I really want that, but again, hallmark of a good compromise is you get a little bit of what you want and a little bit of what you don't want. So I know that's something he would want that would make the offer more enticing for him. Do shorter practices throughout the week. No violin practice at home on the EHO days. And then an even shorter practice on weekends. Mostly, too, because he does have, like, sport games on the weekends. Sport games, get me. But, you know. I always want to make sure I'm not asking too much of him also, you know? But, alright, I'm going to head off here. Thanks for everyone who joined. and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!